Hey everybody, what is up? Fourth Seraph here, and today I have a video for you. I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos on Anna. She is the character that I have been playing the most this season, and she is the character that I most routinely play when I am playing with all of the guys from Team Loyalty in all of our matches and all of our practices and in all of our scrims. She is the character I've just been playing a lot of. And she is a really important character in Overwatch and in the meta right now, and I think probably in future metas, even though Triple Tank might be going away with some of the updates and patches we have seen, Anna's ability to heal is absolutely amazing. One of the things I want to talk about today is her Biotic grenade, because it is one of the most useful things in her kit, one of the best abilities in the entire game, and it is one of the things that I see wasted more than anything else. There are, I think, few abilities that can be as impactful towards a team wipe without needing things like ultimates or anything like that as Anna's Biotic grenade. Actually, her whole kit is incredibly useful, and she is one of the best characters and also one of the most difficult characters to play. There is no other character that can really heal like she can. She actually does have amazing DPS too. I know that's not her job, but I have sometimes been trying to do things like capture a point where maybe my whole team will die and I'll have like a 3-on-1 battle and be able to win that because her DPS is amazing. And although you should never focus on that when there's people that you can heal, don't underestimate her ability to kill people because she is extremely lethal, especially with the sleep dart and the grenade. She can deal with most of the difficult characters in the game that get really annoying, and so I think she's a character that you guys should play. Now, I ran a poll on Twitter a while back asking what rank most of you guys are at, and I think around 50-something% of my audience was in gold. So let me explain kind of why Anna is a difficult character to play in general, and then why she gets more difficult, I think, the lower ranks you go, but why she can be more impactful at those ranks. So in general, she's a difficult character because unscoped, she has a projectile weapon, which is a little bit more difficult to hit than you would think, especially if you're like trying to fend off enemies and stuff, because she is a character that gets focus fire. If they have a Tracer or a Genji, it is their full-time mission to kill you because you are the most useful healer. And so you have your projectile weapon, and then scoped in, it is a hit scan weapon. And then you have your abilities as well, which are extremely useful but very difficult to use properly. Now, the problem is that the lower rank you go, usually the less standard team comp there is. I was running a standard triple tank team comp. I was just playing in a comp with random solo queue people. We ran standard quick play with a McCree DPS. My accuracy was around 85%. Scoped and unscoped, it was a little bit different between each of them, but around like 85 average accuracy between the two. Now I do play on console, so on console that's pretty good accuracy. Now in the gameplay you're actually going to see, because we run things like a Pharah and a Mercy, things that are difficult to hit, my accuracy drops down to, I think I got a mean accuracy of around like 65 to 70%. And so the lower you go, usually the more non-traditional characters you see. The more people you might still see someone playing in Genji. Genji is a pretty rare pick up in Master and Grandmaster, which is where I'm playing. And so he's one of the hardest characters to hit, but I don't see him that much, so it makes it easier for me to heal, especially when people are running triple tank. Anna is amazing because they have a large health pool. You can keep them alive if you're really doing well and don't get killed. It's pretty much impossible, unless a team is really focus firing, to kill something that you're healing as Anna, if you're pocket healing that thing. And so at lower ranks, where you might have people just running all over the place, people aren't as grouped up, it can be more difficult, but her healing is so amazing, her abilities are so useful that if you get good, I think it can be a character that can really help you progress through the ranks and rank up. And that's because even though her abilities are so useful, the main thing is accuracy. Just work on your accuracy. If you can hit those shots, if you can hit those good shots, that is what will help you rank up. Accuracy is so important. There's not just a bunch of tips and stuff to use to easily rank up. It's all about accuracy and skill. And the part of skill is game knowledge, and so one important piece of that is to use your biotic grenade. So I went over kind of the basics of Ana, so let's talk about the grenade. Now, I see people all the time that are just using their grenade to heal themselves. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this unless you're in an extreme scenario where maybe a tracer is diving you. But even in that situation, your grenade, it heals anything that it hits, and any friendly things that it hits, it gives them double healing. Now, that is about to be nerfed. It's nerfed on the PTR right now. I imagine that nerf is going to go live, and it will be a 50% reduction, but still, you always want to try and hit at least 2 things with your grenade. So either you're throwing it into a bunch of your teammates so all of them get improved healing, you're throwing it into yourself if you need healing and a teammate, or yourself and an enemy, or into a group of enemies. Now, if you just hit one enemy with it, like a Reinhardt, then that can usually allow your team to like focus fire and dive him, and that can be a team-winning play. But that is kind of the only time you want to hit one thing with it. But usually a healer is close to the Reinhardt, so it's not that hard most of the time to hit both a healer and a Reinhardt, or whatever their main tank is, with the Biotic grenade, because it stops healing. And so this ability is so useful because this really is the answer to a stall comp. Mei being the most pivotal point of a stall comp, especially on maps like Volxaya, Hanamura, and Temple of Anubis. Hitting Mei with a grenade before she goes into her iceberg will stop that stall entirely, because she won't be able to heal, so you can just kill her super quickly right afterwards. She probably will, usually I see if they get hit with it and go into iceberg and they're not healing, for some reason in people's minds they just go, oh, if I'm not healing, it's not useful to be in this mode, and they'll jump right back out, and you can usually kill them pretty quick because they almost won't think about like, oh, you're still invulnerable and stalling out the point. And so I've noticed that just most of the time it allows us to cap points way quicker. And if you throw it into a Graviton, you get like 50% ult charge because it's doing damage to everyone in there. And Zenyatta has gotten a lot more popular recently. I think just with the triple tank meta and stuff, people are kind of getting tired and they want to play characters like Zenyatta because he is a cool character and a fun character to play. And he is also really, really good. I love playing Zenyatta, and don't be afraid to ever play him because he is a very useful character. But all the time, people think they're safe in a Zenyatta ult, but if you hit them with the grenade, then they can't heal, and they miss out on all that, and it's a wasted ult and a guaranteed team wipe. Plus, if you hit a big group of people with that, it is the easiest way to gain ult. Sometimes I've basically gotten my ult in the first like 30 seconds of a match because their whole team runs up and you hit them all with it. And then if your team gets hit with like a fire strike and you heal that up, you pretty much have nano boost already, which is usually a guaranteed team wipe there, like except in like a really bad situation where your team just messes it up. Well, almost all the time that's a guaranteed team wipe. And so it charges your ult so fast, and it basically takes people in the other team out of contention because they're so vulnerable without healing. We live in a meta right now where healing is so important to the way that people play, and being able to deny that healing tears their whole strategy apart. And so definitely try and use it, I would say, offensively as much as possible. Now, you don't want to just use it if you're not going to be able to do any type of follow-up or anything. Now, it might give you some ult charge, which sometimes can be useful, but be careful too, because if you do hit it, I do see some people that just try and like throw it in and like hit a Reinhardt or something, and then you're just feeding their healers and their stuff if you're not going to actually follow up. If you don't have any follow-up, then use it on your team when they take some damage, like after a fire strike or something, if you think they're going to try and push off that, because then you can heal them up a lot easier. But all the time, I just see people throwing the grenade at their feet, and it hurts me so bad because it's such a wasted ability. Always hit 2 people with it. And if you know your Zarya has a Graviton, don't use it. I see people all the time with Ana's abilities think they just need to spam them out randomly, and you don't. Stop spamming them. Hold on to your ability until you need it. Like sometimes Reinhardt will take he'll let his shield down for a second, get shot for like 2 shots by a soldier, and I'll see like an Ana throw a grenade out, and I just go like, what a waste, because it does have decently substantial cooldown. Like, you would be surprised. Now, I will talk about a few situations in which it is most useful, like real practical things, not just theory of like, oh yeah, try and throw it into their team, but these are real strategies that usually people try and do, and this is a game-saving play. The main one is if your Reinhardt gets pinned. I do this all the time. I often duo queue with one of my friends who is a Reinhardt main, so he plays Rein, I play Ana, and if he gets pinned, I'll wait until they're about to hit a wall. I will throw the grenade, because then my Reinhardt is able to be out-healed from the damage that he takes from their Reinhardt. Their Reinhardt can't take any damage, so I'll usually grenade, then I'll try and sleep their Reinhardt, which will give me plenty of time, because it will take a little bit of time for him to go down and a little bit of time to go back up, so I'll be able to get that shot off on my Reinhardt to heal him up one, and then heal him as he wipes their Reinhardt. And then we've taken out a very important character, and then can either just hold them if we just want to kind of stall it for time, or we can push up and team wipe or whatever if we need to, depending if we're on attack or defense. But that is something that happens all the time, and you want to have your ability saved for that point. Don't just spam them out. Don't just throw them into a Rein shield, like hoping you might get lucky or something. Plan, use strategy, and know what you're going to hit. I almost always am trying to predict, okay, are people going to step out? Is D.Va going to put up a defense matrix? Is Rein's barrier up? Can I actually hit anything with this? If not, hold on to it. Don't use it. That's a really important one. Also, hit Mercy with it. If they're running a Mercy and she's on the ground, that is the easiest way to kill her, because Mercy does regenerate health really quickly right now. And I know on PC she's not as popular, but if you play on console, you probably have seen quite a bit of Pharmacy, but always the Mercy will come down and heal her team at some point. If you can hit her with a grenade, that's going to be the easiest way to kill her out of anything, because she does just heal so quickly right now. And so stopping that healing is super important. Same with, like I already said, hitting Mei off of point, hitting Lucio. Lucio is so squishy when he's grenaded, because he relies so much on switching between the speed and healing. And so it seems like he's really hard to hit when he's on a point, trying to stall a payload or something, but he's not. The thing is, he's not hard to hit. You're hitting him a lot, but he's just able to get out of fire long enough to like heal himself back up. And so it seems like, oh, I'm not hitting him, he's really hard to hit, I can't do anything. No, you are. He's just able to heal himself back up. But if you hit him with that grenade, not only will that take down like half his health, but it will make him super squishy. And it just stops people from getting points. It stops tanks, because it doesn't allow Ana to just exploit the meta and just out-heal any damage. It stops stall characters, and it makes killing healers really easy. The best thing to do, actually, is when teams push in, I see this all the time, and Ana will like throw a grenade when they're pushing so that she can heal them up easier. If you can throw your grenade then on those people, it not only cancels out their extra healing, but all their healing. And that's another really useful thing. So I hope these strategies help you. It's been a while since I've played at lower ranks, I know. So I'm not entirely sure if all these specific examples are things that you see in game, but hopefully they'll at least inspire you to be thinking about how to use that grenade more effectively, because I promise if you get good with Ana, good Anas are all in Master, Grandmaster, Top 500. There are no bad Anas that stay at lower ranks, because at lower ranks, she's such an impactful character. I placed around 3,200 this season and was stuck in ELO hell, trying to play DPS, maining it, getting 4 gold medals, doing the thing everyone complains about. I don't know how to carry any better. I have 4 golds. What do I do? I started playing Ana, and I climbed out of Diamond so quickly. It didn't take me that long. Just worked on my accuracy, started being able to hit those good shots, went up into Master, and I've just been climbing ever since, getting pretty close to Grandmaster, and should hit that this season, and hopefully top 500 as well. So if you practice aim, using your grenade in the right situations and not wasting it, because it is so impactful, it's such a high damage thing, it's such a high healing thing, and it's such a game-changing ability. If you do this, you will certainly be able to win and climb up ranks. So thank you everyone who watched. I really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you have any more abilities or things or characters or stuff just in general you want to know about. And anyways, guys, until next time, I will see you online.